landscaping.
If I had to guess, it's gas. It has to be one of the rental things there.
So today I called the scavenger vessel over here to pump oxygen back into the water and clean up all this trash as it makes its way over.
To catch the bus.
So this. It's cold, but here responding to this concrete runoff into the drain. These contractors building this 7-story storage unit in this neighborhood. Look at all the slurry they let run off. Out of their minds. 250 trucks they had here pumping concrete all day yesterday. Another mess here in downtown. Demolition. They don't use water for dust control. Something wrong with that guy's engine on that machine. And look, this is what they use for dust screens. These little sheets here. I got dust all in my eyes. It's not working at all. Yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. Fucking get out of the way. Illegal shit going on. got agua? Agua? These guys are going to derail a train one of these days. I'm in Wynwood at the famous Dirty Rabbit nightclub. Now, I was wondering why the sidewalk smells like grease. The garbage is here, and they chiseled a little channel on the sidewalk for the grease to run into the city street and the drain. I'm gonna have to come back. It looks like the Dirty Rabbit is living up to their name. Here at the Miami Canal. There's Judy, good old Judy. She was looking at the manatees. Baby manatee here. Water's clear. Just checking because we had some pretty heavy rainfall yesterday. But yeah, the water's clear. Hello everyone, back here to save the day again. These people had to walk through this horrible cement construction site. Cement truck blew up, and you know, I gotta get them to clean it up. They're working on it. Cement pump blew up. We got more problems. So over here we got an illegal pipe flooding the streets, going right into the drain, pumping the basement water into the drain.
Now that coming this way, after that we're gonna be on the back way.
Fence on both sides. Yeah. Why on that side? Look at the pollution. There's a drain there. I just cleaned that drain too. I had them clean it. Destroyed the railroad tracks. Yeah, I'm thinking about calling the police. We got some drunk contractors. I think they're drunk. They don't know where to pour their concrete. They poured it all over the sidewalk. Oh, they're gonna get a violation. Look at this. It's like snow. Fucking snow. Report of silt at the 84th Street Canal. A few weeks ago, this report also came in, and I collapsed of heat stroke that day. I couldn't find the source, but this is my second chance after a rain, so I'm looking for whatever caused this silt at the east along 84th Street. There was a vacant property with a lot of sand in front of it, and I detected a storm drain that also connects to the canal in front of this property. I don't have a drone to fly it over, so I had to use a police officer to get me permission to get on the property. I was able to video record silt coming out of the same pipe into the canal, polluting the canal waters. And I don't have the owner's contact information since it's a vacant lot, but I will send a letter in the mail notifying they have to correct this issue of the driveway. And the resident sent a photo of silt flowing in the river from Fort Dallas Park. So I headed down there, but first I stopped to look at the squirrel that was dancing and made me laugh. But when I got there wasn't much silt going into the river, but I did trace it to a uncovered dirt pile on East 1st and Flagler Street. However, it could have been the broken water main the county hasn't repaired. I inspected an active building demolition today. They had no fence. They were causing silt runoff because they had hit a fire hydrant with their machine. Also, while I was recording this video, I almost got hit by a block because their machine's so close, there's no fence. They said they didn't build a fence because their fence contractor forgot to pull the permit and disappeared. Can you believe that? Today there was a report of pollution entering this canal, and I went there and I noticed there was a pool construction and they were pumping pool water that was dirty and silty into the canal. And I stopped them because this was completely silted water, bad for fish, manatees, dolphin. These construction projects really need to start cleaning up. Definitely a violation will be issued, but I'm going to try to get a stop work order issued from the building official because look how dusty the road gets, and that's affecting like thousands of residents here. I saw someone draining their pool water into the street. I had to get them to stop because they were flooding the street. Major screw up alert this morning. We have master paving contractors washing their dump truck with heavy sediment in the public right-of-way. This is a city street. I worked for my father for years in construction. We never would do something like this in the city street with our equipment. It's unreal, unheard of disaster. A violation was issued to a contractor this week for a pollution discharge to the Miami River due to their dewatering operation of their sewer construction. I was told at site that their cistern they dumped to was connected to a deep. Yesterday, I asked this builder to just broom a little bit of dirt. Instead, they washed it all into the drain. And today, they got it all over the street. And they brought a concrete pump. This concrete pump, they got cement on the street and sediment and slurry. It's everywhere. So they definitely got a violation from the city of Miami for this. The dirty bubbling water into the Miami River, which was once clear, now is a horrific scene, killing manatees and dolphins. We have silted plume Miami River. It's gushing out the storm drain from I think it's a broken water main. I got rock instead of sidewalk, so you got to get dirty to walk on the sidewalk here. And Brickell, trash cans in the way, trucks ass parked in the way, spigots leaking water on the sidewalk. Definitely not a good look for Cipriani. Although last year I've seen worse at the restaurant in New York. A bunch of rats were crawling around the restaurant. In Miami, the contractors really don't care. They'll just wash their truck tires in the street, let the silt run into the drains, clog the drains, run into the bay. They really don't care. There you see the drains clogged with silt. Who was responsible for this water pollution? About to go find out. Another investigation for Quest McLean. Hey, what the fuck you doing? I mean, I had to get out of the car and stop them from pressure washing more dirt into the storm drain. But what they're doing is definitely illegal. But what they did earlier, which I wasn't there to see, was a fire testing on their standing valve, and that washed into a dirt property which they're responsible for maintaining with rock. It's supposed to be rock for erosion control. And they moved the filter off the storm drain to let all the dirt wash into the bay. So major violation here. This manatee's like, get me the F out of here. The construction runoff's ruining his habitat. In Miami, the construction projects just do whatever they want. They don't follow protocol. They hire people who don't know what they're doing, and this happens. So quiet. Earlier today, I caught a contractor red-handed brooming concrete water into the storm drain, and I don't really get involved anymore to stop them. I just capture them doing it on video and report it to environmental crimes, who come out, handle the conflict, and shut them down fast. And get this, one arrogant contractor told them he's going to shove their ticket up their ass, and they detained them. First stakeout occurred when I was on patrol, and I seen a large pile of white foam. Quickly parked, got out my phone, and started recording a man hosing down chemical-full mops from his warehouse into the public right-of-way, and then later washed the foam into the storm drain. Cement plant. I approached it seeing a lot of gray, silty water in the public right-of-way. I went inside their office and counseled them that it had to be cleaned up, broomed on site, don't let it leave the site. And instead, 5 minutes later, what I saw during my stakeout is them cleaning it by washing all that silty, maybe cementitious material straight into the storm drain. I got closer so you could see the color. That gray color is not allowed in the storm drain. And the detective arrived, started recording the guy, and
President anymore.